Welcome to another episode of This Is My Architecture. Today I'm joined by Raul from Salesforce. Hey Raul.
Hey Adrian, how are you?
I'm good. Well, everybody knows who Salesforce is. You know, you're one of the pioneers of software as a service companies. Tell us a little bit about how customers are looking to connect their cloud workloads to Salesforce and why.
Sure. So Salesforce has a lot of customer data, and customers would like to connect from Salesforce to public cloud infrastructure for further processing of data, for example, machine learning. And similarly, they would like to back up some of the data from Salesforce to public cloud or vice versa. And that's where they would like to create a connection between Salesforce and public cloud.
So lots of use cases why you want to exchange data, but there's a bit of work to set it all up, and you've simplified this. So walk us through what you've built.
Sure. So what we have built is Private Connect, which creates a private, secure, and compliant connection between Salesforce and public cloud. So in order to achieve that, customers need to log into Salesforce UI and enter their private link details, which establishes the connection between the Salesforce and customer VPC. So let's start with customer going into Salesforce UI and entering the details. So this helps in setting up private connection, and as part of the setup, a connection setup request is sent to the control plane VPC's API gateway. This API gateway forwards the traffic, the request to the lambdas behind the API gateway. The lambda here helps in setting up of private link connection between the transit VPC and the customer's private link service. There is SNS, as you see in the picture. This SNS gets a notification of any of the private link state changes.
So I see you've used an API-driven serverless pattern here to be able to provision it, very scalable. So once that private link connection is established to the customer VPC, what happens next?
Once the connection is set up, it's ready to be, customer is ready to send traffic. As part of the traffic being sent from Salesforce to AWS, a VPN tunnel exists between Salesforce DC to Salesforce AWS VPC. This is a site-to-site VPN with the Salesforce own enterprise security encryption. The customer data is sent via this encrypted tunnel to the transit gateway. From the transit gateway, the data is forwarded to the EKS, which has a bunch of connection forwarders running as a container.
So why did you have to build connection forwarders?
Connection forwarders are used to identify the customer based upon the metadata present per customer. So based upon this metadata, the traffic is forwarded to appropriate private link. So this is these EKS service hosting connection forwarders is a multi-tenant service.
Right, so you don't have to have multiple transit gateways for every single customer.
That's true.
Understand. So once the secure connection is established, what happens when I don't need it anymore?
So customers can go back to their Salesforce UI and do the connection tear down process, where the connection is the connection setup which we did earlier. This connection gets stored down, as well as the customer metadata which has been stored in DynamoDB, that also gets removed.
Great. So a lot of automation has gone on, and you've got a really scalable solution here. What benefits have your customers seen by using Private Link?
With Private Connect, customers get private connection between Salesforce and their cloud service, as well as secure connection, which is compliant as well with PCI, HIPAA, and other industry-leading certificates. The other biggest benefit is the ease of setup, where customers need not know the networking details to set up internet gateway, route tables, or NAT devices. Directly, they can go to their friendly UIs and set up connection between Salesforce and their cloud VPC.
Great. Thanks, Raul. Thanks for sharing your architecture with us today. And thank you for joining us on This Is My Architecture.